ethic concern here, right? First time when he pointed out, there might have been some opposition for him. That's my guess. I can't speak for Elon Musk, but he's against his competitor. OpenAI is his competitor. By supporting this, then OpenAI is going to blame him that to suppress his competitor, he's doing all these things. That's my guess. We are going to reach Elon Musk next week, and let's see what happens.
How are you going to reach him?
Through a professor who works directly with Elon, through Elon's attorney. We are meeting a friend today who's going to take us to his attorney. More than one channel, Mario Naval, who has direct contact with Elon. More than one channel. We should be getting to him soon.
Yeah. You think there was a systematic cover-up involving OpenAI and others to close up this case?
Yes, this is a botched investigation, and we are going to file a complaint against SFPD. We are also going to we have filed a complaint against ME, Medical Examiner Association, and we will sue them. We will sue the SFPD, we'll sue the ME, and whatever it takes for us to get justice for our son. Everyone who came in the way of justice is, it's a crime, and they need to go to jail.
Have you ever tried to question Sam Altman directly, OpenAI, take them on?
No.
Why?
No.
Why? Because your son's findings were against OpenAI.
We have indirectly opined, we have indirectly pointed out that it could be OpenAI, because who benefits from that, right? Only OpenAI. It's the motive is OpenAI. Who gains from his death? And what is the cause? It's OpenAI, we know, but unless we get the direct evidence, according to American laws, we cannot talk about it directly.
We'll try in our own way to make sure this video reaches Sam Altman, because he can't look away. What would you say to Sam Altman?
Well, I haven't met him. I haven't talked to him. I can only say what my son wrote about him. My son called him manipulator, liar, and non-ethical person. That's what Suchir writes in his journal. I can share it with everyone. He hated Sam Altman. The week before he died, he was with his friends in backpacking in Catalina Islands. He kept saying negative things about Sam Altman. As a mother, I know that Suchir never said negative about anyone since he was born. And if he has to say like this, there should be something very serious about Altman. And my observation is I tried to probe my son a couple of times. Every time I probe, I only see anger in him. He wouldn't speak anything about it. So I knew there's something wrong. And another thing is, he spoke to an attorney, a copyright attorney, Matthew Butterick, on October 29th. And Matthew spoke to us in November. Now, end of November, who said that Suchir told what OpenAI did to him. And seeing Suchir's anger, seeing he making this statement, we know there is something wrong there. And why would Suchir go to New York Times in July when he was still at OpenAI? In June, we see his LinkedIn messages responding to the recruiter saying that I'm happy at my job. I'm not looking for anything else. In July, he goes to New York Times going for an interview. What went wrong in July? We want to know.
What did he stumble upon? What did he stumble on? In non-technical terms, as much as you understand, what did Suchir find about OpenAI?
This is our guess. We are waiting for the correct evidence. What we know is he sensed the danger of AGI, Artificial General Intelligence, and ASI. And also, there's no AI safety there. And he writes very clearly, it's like a weapon given to someone which no rules, no controls, and this can harm humanity. That was his big concern. And to suppress humanity, Suchir almost lost. Suchir already lost his life. And this is completely unacceptable. Killing a 26-year-old for speaking truth. If they can't really prove themselves technically, if they really can't prove themselves in the market, should they survive by killing a 26-year-old, whoever it is, right? Obviously, they have whoever did this, what benefit would they get from killing a 26-year-old?
But there's a lot of money involved here. They're going to try and cover this up.
Yes,
eventually,
absolutely.
Trump is working with Sam Altman. Trump is working with OpenAI Trump is working with Elon Musk. These are all billionaires wanting to be trillionaires.
Yes, I think we can't give a clean sheet to anyone here because hundreds of billions of dollars and even $1 trillion industry in AI. And what Suchir was speaking was he says AI is a hallucination or an illusion. And the proof of that illusion Suchir called out is because there was a report recently in Norway. A man asked who is so and so, and ChatGPT told, you have killed two of your sons and you went to jail. That erroneous results. That is one thing that Suchir called out in his article. He spoke the truth. He was extremely intelligent and he was planning to start his own company, artificial general intelligence company. He was talking to VCs and that is when they killed him. We don't know the cause yet, but we know tons of them. Specifically, maybe one, maybe more than one.
Purnimaji, you're holding out very well. You're extremely strong. You're pursuing this very logically. Very logically.
Actually, Arnabji, to be honest, which parents are able to go through their son's bloodshot pictures every day and then every day talk about how the blood oozed out of him, where it fell and all that? It's beyond imagination for us. It's very, very hard. But right now, we put our grief aside. We just want justice. We want to expose them.
Well, I hope you do. And I hope there is some way in which this video reaches Elon Musk and Sam Altman. I hope someone watching this video takes a clip somewhere and puts it out to these powerful people. Because neither Sam Altman nor Elon Musk, for different reasons, can pretend they don't know the case of Suchir Balaji. These people who call themselves the tech bros, who are controlling so much capital and so much power, need to be answerable to the mother of a 26-year-old. In a case where a 26-year-old, honest and idealistic, was a whistleblower and was killed for it. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope this video reaches them. Purnimaji, I thank you very much. Thank you very much. How tragic that is. And how powerful her message is as well. Thank you very much. At 9 p.m. tonight, why I'm getting very exasperated in the clinical way in which the Supreme Court is addressing the case of corruption, when the fact is, they have all the power with them, they can do so much. They can do so much, but they are taking just so much time. Ladies and gentlemen, when I'm back, don't go away.
Time for a quick breather. Arnab will be right back with the debate.
Amity has been ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally, a testimony to Amity's globally benchmarked quality.
Mahi sir, how much do you love your fans?
Honestly, I love my new fans. पुराने वाले बेकार में शोर करते थे.
सर फैंस हैं शोर तो करेंगे ही ना.
नए वाले नहीं करते. And they listen to what I say. नए Orient fans, they are super silent with voice control.
अच्छा वो वाले फैंस. I thought
Cricket fans. यार तुम अपने पॉडकास्ट के चक्कर में मुझे मरवाओगी क्या? The new generation Orient BLDC fans, super silent performance with voice control.
अरे मेरे को जानी है मेरी
Amity has been ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally, a testimony to Amity's globally benchmarked quality.
इसको घर पे लगाओगे तो शादी का तो पता नहीं, पर घर पक्का नहीं टूटेगा।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
पहाड़ों में एक हाइकिंग स्टिक भी बन सकती है।
Mahi sir, how much do you love your fans?
Honestly, I love my new fans. पुराने वाले बेकार में शोर करते थे।
सर फैंस हैं, शोर तो करेंगे ही ना।
नए वाले नहीं करते। And they listen to what I say. नए Orient fans, they are super silent with voice control.
अच्छा वो वाले फैंस। I thought
Cricket fans, यार तुम अपने पॉडकास्ट के चक्कर में मुझे मरवाओगी क्या? The new generation Orient BLDC fans, super silent performance with voice control.
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on The Debate. Arnab Goswami on The Debate.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. At time now for the nation's sharpest opinion. And because the rest of the media has given up on the case of the fight of justice for the cash found in the judge's house, which should have been the biggest issue, but the rest of the media, the compromised media, the corporate media has given up on it. That is why Republic is going to fight and fight relentlessly for it. For what is it? What is it worth to be a media person without fighting for what is right? They talk about talking truth to power, but when it comes to talking the truth to the Chief Justice of India or to the Supreme Court, everyone looks the other way, and only Republic looks at the Supreme Court in the eye and asks questions. And I would like to say to the Supreme Court, you can't blame the police in this case. You can't blame the bar in this case. You can't blame the media in this case. You can't blame the people of the country in this case. You can only blame yourself in this case, which is why let the Supreme Court's justice prevail upon itself first. I come to you with 3 examples tonight, viewers, 3 examples. Firstly, I believe the courts are taking too long, are dragging their feet, are taking their own sweet time, perhaps to re-emphasize the fact that according to them, the process takes time. Well, they are in charge of how long the process takes. Ladies and gentlemen, this in-house committee, which should never have been in the first place, the way it's going about things, it is not allowing a speedy trial. And in this context, I would like to quote a bench of Justice Bhushan Gawai and K.V. Vishwanathan said that denial of speedy justice can be disastrous. They had said the denial of speedy and timely justice can be disastrous to the rule of law in the long term. The administration of justice feeds on the faith of the citizenry, and nothing should be done to even remotely shake that faith and confidence. Well, my lords, the time you're taking and the goading it's taking to make you act and the way you're doing things has already shaken the faith and confidence of the people of the country in the judiciary. Ladies and gentlemen, while acquitting 2 people who were sentenced to life imprisonment in a 1989 murder case in Chhattisgarh, the Supreme Court had said, when an FIR is delayed, in the absence of a proper explanation, the courts must be on guard and test the evidence meticulously to rule out the possibility of embellishments in the prosecution story, inasmuch as delay gives the opportunity for deliberation and guesswork. Now, my lords, why don't you apply this fact in this specific case and say the media is right? There's no point being in denial. You will have to act, my lords. You will have to act. The people are watching you. And in this case, there was no FIR. Why aren't you asking the question which the Supreme Court asked in that case of a murder case in Chhattisgarh? And my lords, I will keep asking questions. You know me. I will keep asking questions, keep coming up with arguments, keep finding facts, keep interviewing people. You will have to act, my lords. You will have to act. With the greatest of respect, you will have to act. Ladies and gentlemen, in the RG Kaur rape and murder case, the Supreme Court was furious about the delay in filing an FIR. It said, what was the principle in touch with to delay the registering a complaint with the police? Why did the police take more than 12 hours to convert the report of unnatural death to an FIR? Why was the crime scene secured only in the evening? Now, why didn't you ask similar questions in the case of Justice Verma? Why didn't you pull him up? Why don't you ask him and his family members, were they trying to dress up the scene, destroy evidence? You'll blame the police for that? Of course not. The police was not in charge of that place. It was Justice Verma. I know he's a brother judge. You're going to have to pull him up. You're going to have to. Now, you've just transferred him, but he's not going to be able to get away with that. You're going to have to sack him, expel him. It is necessary that you do that. Why don't you ask, my lords, that what Chief Justice Chandrachud said, along with Justice Pardiwala and Manoj Mishra in the RG Kaur rape and murder case, should be asked by you in this specific case of the cash case. Why did Justice Yashwant Verma not file an FIR? He's a judge. Why was the crime scene not secured? Why was it not treated like a crime scene? You see, viewers, the point is, the Supreme Court's own wisdom while talking about everyone else has not applied on itself and its brother judge in a case where the whole country is with me tonight. The whole country is with us. I'll open the phone lines, my lords. The nation is with the media. The nation is with Republic. I can't talk about the corporate media. And I implore you, I plead to you, I request you to reconsider the positions you've taken and to understand the longer this process goes on, the more questions there will be asked and the more questions will emerge in the minds of the people of this country. And Vox Populi, Republic, the voice of the people, we will be at the forefront of asking those questions. Now let's debate.
In a shocking development in the Justice Verma cash scandal, the centre today notified the transfer of Justice Verma to the Allahabad High Court. In a 5-line notification, the government said that the President, in consultation with the Chief Justice of India, is pleased to transfer Justice Yashwant Verma to the Allahabad High Court. Immediately after the notification of the transfer order, the Supreme Court put out a press release, its first since last Saturday. The Supreme Court has urged the Chief Justice of Allahabad High Court to not assign any judicial work to Justice Yashwant Verma. Interestingly, the move comes just a day after a high-level delegation of the High Court Bar Associations met the Chief Justice of India and the Supreme Court Collegium, demanding the withdrawal of the transfer of Justice Verma. The Allahabad High Court Bar Association, which is on an indefinite strike, is not at all pleased by this development.
The man who has not obeyed his first oath. How he can take the second oath? He is not entitled to take the oath. Blackest day in Indian judicial system.
Meanwhile, in the Supreme Court, a bench led by Justice Oka disposed of the petition demanding an FIR against Justice Verma.
That the plea which was filed seeking an FIR against Justice Verma over cash discovery scandal has been disposed of by the Supreme Court. This plea was filed in unison by Matthews Nedumpara and 3 others, which has now been disposed of. Just moments ago, the hearing on the PIL began, and now the plea has been disposed of.
The top court contended that the petition is premature and that after the in-house panel completes its probe, all options will be open for the Chief Justice of India. The lead petitioner in the case, Advocate Matthew J. Nedumpara, also expressed his disappointment, arguing that the criminal law should immediately kick in.
Cognizable offence has taken place. The fundamental duty, statutory duty of the police is to register an FIR. And registration of FIR means setting this criminal law in motion.
Meanwhile, Justice Verma continues to remain silent at his residence, holding consultation with some senior lawyers.
There is a constant movement of advocates and senior advocates at his residence, something that we have been tracking for the past few days, and it is a similar group of advocates who are in fact coming in at Justice Yashwant Verma's residence, namely senior advocate Siddharth Agarwal as well as advocate Stuti Gujral and Arundhati Karju. All these lawyers have been arriving at Justice Yashwant Verma's residence.
With transfer of Justice Verma now set in stone, there is nationwide outrage amongst the people over judiciary's response in the case. Are the people let down by the handling of the Justice Verma case?
I'm even sorry to have to say what the subject of this debate is, but the subject is Neelamji. Thank you for coming. Neelam Krishnamurthy is president of the Association for the Victims of the Opar tragedy. Such a brave lady, lost her children and has fought so hard, not just for them, but for so many other such victims. Yes. She's fought on the other side of the legal system. She's been dragged through ups and downs, and nobody knows how difficult it is than you. So I felt today, Neelamji, and I bring in PK Basu also, not as a political commentator tonight, as a friend, but a citizen. Pinky Anand, the senior advocate in the Supreme Court, she comes as a citizen. And the subject of debate is whether the citizens of this country have been let down by the judiciary, not just in this case, but overall. And today, in this case, the citizens are feeling let down. So the motion is clear: has the judiciary let the citizens of the country down? And on the other side, Jai Anand Dehadrai, Advocate Pratik Som and C. Rajshekharan. I preface it, we have the highest respect for the judiciary. But the way in which they are pretending that they can take technical clauses to drag this case through, not take stronger action against this judge, bring in this brother judge mentality out here to protect their own and their own interests, allow a powerful person like a high court judge to manipulate the system, not take him into interrogation or custodial interrogation in the first instance, not bring in the ED, IT, CBI. They can, and they use suo motu powers in so many cases. But in this case, they just pretend and look the other way. And that's my motion tonight. Lines will be open. Neelam Krishnamurthy, as a citizen, as a litigant, your first thoughts on this particular case. I'm sure you're watching.
Yes, Arnab, I can say the public perception about the judiciary has always been a matter of debate in our country. And after this incident, I think the faith of ordinary people like us who are going to the courts to seek justice is absolutely shattered.
Shattered?
Yes, because we go to the court. That's the last resort we have. And if we don't have faith in the judiciary now, we are actually heading towards anarchism. We'll actually be getting very anarchic because we will not have faith in the judiciary. What do? We'll take the law into our hand. And I have been going to the courts for the last 28 years. And what have I got in the name of justice?
Yeah.
The whole world knows.
Yeah.
Both the times, Ansals were convicted, but they were allowed to walk free.
Yeah.
To an extent, the first time they were allowed to walk free in 2015, and I lost faith in the judiciary.
Question.
And in 21, my faith in the judiciary was restored when the CMM convicted Ansals and sentenced them to 7 years imprisonment for tampering with evidence. They were facing charges of breach of trust, tampering with evidence, and conspiracy. But it was very short-lived, because in 22, the session judge who was listening to the matter allowed Ansals to walk free exactly after 8 months and 12 days, as against 7 years, citing that this is a case of double jeopardy. I'm not going to say anything, but it is for viewers to decide. When the two cases, one case was of rash and negligent act 304A, the set of accused were different, the FIR was different. Whereas the other case, it was tampering with the judicial records. The section they were facing was 409, breach of trust, 201, tampering with evidence, and 120B conspiracy. The set of accused were different, the FIRs were different.
Get him on it.
I want to understand, how is it double jeopardy?
Only one.
Was it an honest judgment or a dishonest judgment?
Only one line.
This is something which the judiciary must decide.
The judiciary must act and citizens let down. Citizens let down and judiciary must act are the only two top lines tonight. I'm opening up lines as well already. Your story is tragic. Now, Upar happened at which year, ma'am?
97.
1997. I just started my career as a reporter. I know people were so
covered Upar
shaken
as a
about it.
reporter.
I reported on this case from when I was with NDTV, 1997. Yes. The judgment comes in 2021, 24 years. And then again after 25 years, you are let down again. 25 years of your life have been fought fighting for your children who you've lost.
And I'm now again in the High Court waiting for the revision to be heard.
Yeah, I'm just saying this tonight, viewers. Please watch this carefully. And I need the Supreme Court Chief Justice of India to watch this. Justice Sanjeev Khanna, watch this tonight. Here is a woman. I have known her for about 27, 28 years. I've been with her and her husband when they've been protesting on the streets. I've covered her as a reporter. My entire career of 27 years is before me. And her life of the last 27 years is before her. And today when she watches judges accepting cash and she's feeling frustrated, and you cannot say the two cases are not linked because, and I'm addressing the Chief Justice directly, Honorable Chief Justice Sanjeev Khanna, the two cases are linked. The cash in this case is linked to the fight of Neelam Krishnamurthy in the Upar case. In both cases, the judiciary has left the people of this country extremely frustrated. And I know there's a collegium system and everything is in-house and you will do everything in-house and this is about judicial independence. It's not. The citizen feels stifled in this system, doesn't he? Are we going to be held for contempt?